to Cooking Like Cali. We are in our quarantine edition. Outside, we had to wait till the sun go down. We're in Houston, it is hot. Today we are doing a smoked seafood episode. Mainly the smoked mac and cheese is the recipe that you'll see, but I threw in some crab legs and some other things because we all are gonna eat. You know, I like to feed for a crowd. So we're gonna start. I have about 2 pounds of, I believe they're colossal, but they're already cleaned and deveined. Make sure you clean and devein, you know, we don't play that. And I have some fresh lump crab meat, not imitation crab meat, real fresh lump crab meat. This is about 16 ounces, we'll do about 8 because we're only, you know, making enough mac and cheese for about 10 people. What is that, about a quarter pan? So we're gonna start. Now everything is gonna cook on the grill except for the actual elbow noodles. We have some water boiling. I'm gonna go off and let that start cooking, and I'm gonna start the sauce. But with the sauce, you're gonna need, I say about 2 sticks of salted butter, heavy whipping cream, crawfish. I got a little swamp dust. I like this. I actually picked this up in Kima. It's really good. Some lemons, some limes, and I have the other stuff. I'll get you guys with the seasoning. So we're gonna season our seafood first. Get that shrimp in there. They're already clean. We're gonna start off with a little, I like this. I have been using Old Bay for a while, but I love this. This is called Seafood Magic. It's not as salty or anything because, you know, Old Bay really doesn't have a lot of salt, but it doesn't have a lot of flavor that I wanted unless I'm blackening. But since we're not blackening, go ahead and season that up real good. Let's get some garlic powder. I don't normally season my crab meat because I like crab meat to taste like super fresh, you know, fresh off the go type stuff. And being that I'm getting it out of here, I'm not gonna season it. So let's see if I can open it first. Baby, the struggle. Crawfish. This is just your regular 12-ounce frozen crawfish. Now, if you want to go through the work of actually boiling your own crawfish, be my guest, but you know I'm not. So for that, our crab meat, cheeses, I'll show you the sauce and everything in a second, so give me a minute. All right. Now, we got the crab meat open. Like I said, we're only gonna do about a half. For the other half, I have a recipe that I want to try. I saw those crab cake egg rolls. We're gonna try that too. It sounded good, so we'll see how it goes. That crab meat looks really good. That's a lot of seafood. Mix that around. And it's probably gonna make about 2 pans, honestly, because that's about 3 pounds of seafood on its own. Now for this one, this is what we're gonna cook on top of the stove. Now I could have had my electric skillet out here. I'm not doing all of that. I'm just gonna show you guys off the rip how to start it. You know, all of my cheese sauces come from scratch, so you're gonna do about a stick and a half. This would be about a stick and a half. I like these because I usually use just one, but since we're equivalent to about 2 pans, we're gonna do 2. So start off with 2, and this one is salted. Now, I know usually when I do the pastas, I use an unsalted butter. This time I want it to be salted because I'm not using a whole lot of seasoning. So, let's go. Now, I don't know how to say it, you know, I be struggling. What is that, Tillamook, whatever. They make shredded cheese that kind of looks like the shredded cheese you would shred on your own. I also have some Kobe Jack and Monterey cheese, and I'm gonna use the whole thing. We're just gonna cut it up into kind of cubes to get it melted down a little faster than normal. About little 1-inch cubes, nothing too major. Let me move that out the way for you. Make sure everything you're using is real cheese. Don't use pasteurized product unless you're just trying to make like a queso, but real cheese. You taste the difference when you use real food. Let's go. And again, that was like a, what is that, a 16 ounce? I wanna make sure y'all get the right. No, this is an 8 ounce. So 8 ounce divided by 4, so it'll be 4 and 4. Now heavy whipping cream. This is a 1 pint. I'm probably gonna use both of them, but I'll start off with 1. We're gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna throw my noodles in my boiling water that I already have going. I'm gonna replace this pot and put that on the stove. We're not even gonna do anything with our seafood. You could cook it down, which I might, you know, season it just a little bit, but when you put it on the smoker, it takes a little while, so it's not gonna come out with uncooked seafood. It's all gonna be cooked once everything is done. So now in my cheese, you know that it has to be seasoned. We're not just gonna put cheese on its own. Once you see the sauce, it'll probably come up to like a light orange color. Add a little garlic powder, and by a little I mean however much you want. If you like garlic like me, go for it. And again, the seafood magic. This is gonna go on top of the stove. You stir it. You do not want it to get stuck. It's real cheese, so if it gets stuck, you don't want that. Again, we're gonna do 2 pans, so when I come back out, when you put them on, the only cheese that we're gonna top it with is the actual shredded cheese, and it's gonna go directly onto our smoker, and our smoker looks good. It's about 300 degrees right now. You wanna get it to at least 350. Once it's at 350, throw it on and let it cook, maybe about 30 minutes, but we'll see. All right, and we are back. Now, I divided it into 2 pans. I cooked down my seafood with a little seafood magic season, you know, of course the garlic and a little cayenne. Now my sauce. This sauce is actually, it's gonna look thin, but being that we're cooking it a little bit longer on our smoker, we outside, y'all. What are we cooking it? We're gonna divide it and we're gonna let it cook down. So we'll do that. Try to get it as even as possible. It's good. Now we're gonna toss our seafood in there first. So eyeball it, do about half and half. That smells amazing. All right, that's trash. Mix that around with the actual macaroni, and when you boil your macaroni, make sure you season your macaroni. Get you some, you know, a little water in there, or your seafood whatever you want to use. Just make sure that you don't have bland noodles. Mix that around. Let me get that out the way. Mix those around really good, because once you pour that cheese sauce, you can't take it back. Now our cheese sauce, again, you have your triple cheddar, you have your Monterey Jack and Kobe Jack cheese, butter, seasonings, and heavy whipping cream. So again, about half and half. Make sure everything gets touched. Look at that cheese. And once everything is in our pan, we're gonna mix it around. And we're gonna top it with a little extra cheese. So once they're all mixed together, make sure everything is everything. Top it with your cheese, what's left of your cheese. And we're gonna put it on the smoker. So you do about half and half. All the cheese that you cooked is gonna pop up at the top anyway. I like the top because it'll get kind of crusty. I like it to be crusty. All right, now that's gonna go on the smoker. I'll be back. Can I have an assistant? Yeah, just open it because I'm scared. All right. So again, it's just a smoker. I'm not sure what kind of wood we have, but I'll figure it out and let everybody know. You know, the smoker box is on this end. I'm gonna leave enough room so that we can throw some of those crab legs on there. All right, there you have it. Smoked seafood mac and cheese. Now when you see it again, it's not gonna look the same. We got our smoked seafood mac. We used some oak wood, and it's at about 350. We cooked it for about 30 minutes. It's done. Now, I know some people would be like, oh, we want more cheese, but I'm telling you, you don't need a bunch of cheese with seafood because you're gonna overpower the seafood flavor. So let's take these out one by one, and be careful because even with the smoke box, some of the fire starts to come out a little bit. So we've gotten our smoked mac and cheese out of the oven. Ha! Start over. We got our smoked mac and cheese out of the smoker. I'm gonna put me some up just to try it. Now that's a real cheese sauce. That's not all that other stuff. Let's see how we got. Ooh, it's hot. That's really good. It is hot though. I'd say let it cool for a little bit, but you know I like to try my food. Now I'm gonna give you the finished product of our crabs, and we did a little spread where we have broccoli, sausage, shrimp, corn, potatoes, eggs, whatever you can name. Our crabs are on the smoker as well. We have a little sauce there. It's good to go. Make sure you guys tune in. We're gonna do another episode next week. If you want something, let me know. And we got it. Good night. All right. Now this one I'm gonna put up though.